Okay, we have our first major trade of the NBA offseason, and that is the Mikal Bridges trade. And wow, did the Knicks pay a king's ransom. So the Knicks are trading Bojan Bogdanovic and 4 unprotected first-round picks in the years 2025, 2027, 2029, and 2031, all being their own picks. But it doesn't stop there. They're also sending a 2025 first-round protected pick from Milwaukee and a 2028 unprotected pick swap, and a second-rounder in 2025, all for Mikal Bridges, and they get a second-rounder in 2026. That is a whopping 6 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges, and my initial reaction is what a f***ing overpay. But the Knicks are clearly going for the title of Nova Knicks since you have Brunson, DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, and now Mikal Bridges. But we're also forgetting that they still have Julius Randle, who was their top scorer in previous years, but he was hurt for majority of the end of the season, and he missed the entirety of the playoffs. But you could say it's a big 5 of Brunson, Dante, Hart, Mikal Bridges, and Julius Randle, and that should keep Knicks fans pretty happy, at least for now. I do want to mention that the great Bill Simmons was hinting on this trade for a while, but I was always skeptical because I did not see the Knicks or the Nets trading with each other, especially since they're in the same conference. But not only the same conference, but the same division, the Atlantic Division. But clearly Brookyln didn't care because they were getting so many unprotected first-round picks, so they had to make the move. And the Knicks were overpaying, but in this league, you gotta overpay if you really want the guy. But since they are both in the Atlantic Division, these teams are gonna see each other for many years to come, so it'll be very entertaining to watch. But Brookyln wasn't done there. They also struck a deal with Houston to acquire their own unprotected first-round pick back in 2026, in exchange for the Phoenix 2027 unprotected first rounder, as well as the 2025 pick swap between Houston and OKC for the Suns 2025 first rounder. So you may be wondering why the Houston Rockets would be so willingly to get rid of that Nets 2026 first rounder, especially since it's unprotected. And the reason being is that they're going heavily after either Kevin Durant or Devin Booker. And that is only if Phoenix ever decides to blow it up. And the only reason they would blow it up is if they have their own picks, but they don't. So Houston is trying to stockpile the Phoenix Suns picks in order to make a blockbuster trade. But that's only if Phoenix actually decides to blow it up and says this isn't working. So we'll have to wait and see on that. I don't see that deal being made anytime soon. So time will tell. But the Brooklyn Nets are doing exactly what the Celtics did to them with the KG and Paul Pierce trade over 10 years ago. And that is a complete rebuild from the ground up by getting clean, unprotected first-round picks. But where does this trade put the Knicks exactly when compared to the better teams of the Eastern Conference? Well, for starters, they were the number 2 seed in the East with no Julius Randle, an injured OG Anunoby, an injured Bojan Bogdanovic, and a pile of versatile way defenders in Hart and Alec Burks. So adding Bridges already gives them better offense as well as better defense. And this trade will definitely help Jalen Brunson since he's not going to have to initiate every single offensive possession with Mikal Bridges, who can get his own shot. But at the end of the day, if you're a Knicks fan, you should be very happy with this trade. It tells that ownership and management are all in. And now you have 4 players from Villanova, 3 of them winning a national championship together, all playing on the same team in the Big Apple. It's absolutely insane, and stuff like this rarely ever happens. This is why I love the NBA offseason, especially during draft time, because teams are trying to make big swings in order to combat against the best team in the league, the Boston Celtics. Speaking of the NBA draft, I will try to release a video detailing some of my favorite prospects in this upcoming draft. And if you think this draft sucks, I would tend to disagree just simply due to the fact that yes, there is no Wemby in this draft or LeBron or nothing like that, no top overall guy. But I see a lot of 7 to 10 year NBA vets in this draft that will seriously help teams in the future to contend for NBA championships. So I'm excited. If you got to the end of this video, I want to thank you for watching and stay tuned for more NBA news. Peace.